So you're an ENFJ. What does that mean? Well, ENFJs are universally loved and they're always in demand. They care deeply about people and they have this burning desire to help people fulfill their potential. And the amazing thing about ENFJs is they're actually disciplined enough to help others build plans by which they can actually get there. ENFJs build great teams. It's always fun to be in the circle of care of an ENFJ, and they engender a huge sense of loyalty from those they lead. Everyone knows that an ENFJ is for them more than they're for themselves, and that actually the ENFJ takes huge delight in the achievement and advancement of others. They're very social, they love to be at the center of all that's happening, and they often love hosting people, hosting events, using their home, and just having these wonderful group of people that orbit their lives. One of the dangers for ENFJs is that they're natural people pleasers, and they can often struggle to say no. And so they usually gather a whole host of people and often a whole load of tasks that can at times be a little bit heavy. So ENFJs find it hard often to say no, particularly when a strong, charismatic pioneer invites them to be part of their team. ENFJs hate to miss out, and so often they find themselves working alongside one of these characters that's often quite abrasive. They end up running the team, the organization, and at times filtering the excess of one of these hard driving pioneers. Every character type has weaknesses in their personality, chinks in the armor if you will. We call that the kryptonite. You remember what it's like when Superman's flying, he's helping everybody, he's doing amazing things. But when the kryptonite's present, his capacity is severely diminished and he's unable to do the things that he would naturally. As the kryptonite comes close, ENFJs find themselves gathering more and more people and often struggling increasingly to say no and discern which people and which tasks they should engage with. So when the kryptonite comes really close and the pressure really starts to build, the ENFJ has a dangerous tendency where, overloaded by this incredibly heavy burden of people and tasks, they have a tendency to drop the lot and run. They can often damage their reputation. And even after recovery, people sometimes find it hard to trust them again to carry the same level of responsibility. But there's always opportunities for growth, and for ENFJs, one of the most important things is learning how to prioritize people and tasks, and usually around their ability to say no. I always encourage them to have a filter between the request and their response, whether that's a person they can process with, because they will always be brought more opportunities to care and to lead. The question for them is, can they differentiate between what's good and what's the very, very best? They also need to learn how to do a very honest appraisal of the load that they're carrying. I almost get them, as it were, to kind of unload their backpack and have a look at how many people and how many tasks are there, and do an audit where what we do is we go through and ask, are you still supposed to be carrying that person or that responsibility? Giving them permission to pass people on or let them go allows them greater capacity for the new things, which are often always more exciting and more engaging. ENFJs are incredibly gifted, and they're very, very able at leading teams and creating environments where others can thrive. And sometimes it's their capacity to make the really tough decision which limits them. If they can get over that, then there is absolutely no limit to what an ENFJ can achieve and the team they lead can deliver.